Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Semester 2 of the Not On Records podcast. And today, what we're going to be talking about is COVID-19 on agriculture. And some of the topics that we're going to be covering are going to be what is next for ag, how will we get there, and what has happened so far. So I hope you enjoy. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the COVID-19 impacts on agriculture and what has happened so far. So first, unemployment rates rise. COVID-19 has been a hard hitter for the unemployment rate, especially farmers. In rural areas, there has been an 8.8% unemployment rate, while in urban areas, there has been an unemployment rate of 11.6%. Now, with being unemployed, people are receiving little to no income, not much of a difference than they were previously given since COVID-19 hit. Projected amount of 3.4 million lost in farm jobs and almost 1.6 million in just California. California, New York, and Florida are the main states for farming. Loans are not being given out. With COVID-19 lessening the income of local farmers, they cannot keep providing loans. Many farmers are making huge loans, are being described as delinquent for not being able to pay in time. Since the second quarter of 2020, there has been a 13% decline in loans accepted compared to the last year. Finally, the farmers can't keep up with the demand. Since the pandemic began late in March, shelves have been empty all across the world. Further, with lots of restaurants shutting down at the beginning of the pandemic, local farms have struggled to find a place where they can profit from, especially since it's where most of their money comes from. Lots of produce farms are seeing their products go to waste because they mostly cater to restaurants, milk is rotting, and crops aren't being harvested. To elaborate a little bit more on that last slide, we can see that obviously the unemployment rates, the loans that are not given out, and the demand that they can't keep up with is mostly affecting farmers. Other agricultural departments like wildlife or aquaculture, they're not being affected too much, but there's probably still enough evidence that COVID-19 has affected them. But obviously, as we can see in the slide, farmers and farms are what are mainly being affected and what COVID-19 has mainly taken a toll on. So what next? How will ag look? Digital ag full steam ahead. The COVID-19 pandemic has given the farmers a push towards involving more of their time trying to invest in digital tools for their farms. Over time, digital agricultural tools will have a significant increase in value because it not only improves the products but also makes it easier for the farmers. Artificial intelligence, sensors, and drones are all examples of what could be involved in agriculture in the near future. Furthermore, drones can be used for crop monitoring to planning, livestock management, crop spraying, irrigation mapping, and more. Commodities, byproducts, and products will be looked at more closely. Now, with a new disease cruising around, there will most definitely be an increased look at the lifespan of consumer products. This partially comes back to digitalizing agriculture, with the new technology tracking products that could be a risk to being contaminated and spreading across the country. Hopefully, with the increased look at preventing crops and other products from becoming contaminated, this will also mean that less foodborne illnesses will spread and eventually agriculture will be at new heights that have not yet been reached. So how will we get there? First things first, farm workers and owners will likely have to be vaccinated to prevent some degree of spread of COVID-19. With 3 vaccines and the increased health guidelines that are being distributed, it's a step towards what the normal was before COVID-19. Duval emphasizes how impressed he was with the doctors and scientists working together in order to find a solution to stop the COVID-19 pandemic. Health and safety will most likely be the number one priority heading into the transition to go back to a new normal. What about those who are skeptical about the new vaccines? Nothing has been set in stone yet, but the COVID-19 vaccine may be required for those who wish to go back to normal and in person to work. As of today, vaccines are still not required for employees to have. Time will tell if there will be a change. Other places, however, outside of the U.S. require COVID-19 vaccine if they wish to do other tasks, such as traveling, for example. Here we have our works cited page, and we have lots of references for you guys today, so you guys can check out where we got our information from. Thank you for watching.